race number 8. It's over the 1200 metres and winner method. Zach Purton rides for Denny Schumi. Was beaten last time by Carroll Street, but he does go up to the 1200 metres for the first time. Fantasy is the 2 horse, never clear last time. It's had breathing issues at his last 2 starts. We've got Tornado Twist, who's a 3-time course and distance winner, draws the rail. Rock Your Heart, a first starter for Francis Loy. Was I Am Thirsty racing in Australia, went over 1100 at the Gold Coast and 1200 at the Sunshine Coast and further down. Brilliant Diamond, last start winner, and Drops of God, absolutely scintillating on debut for Joe Moreira and John Size. Speed map time, Tom. So interesting with Drops of God leading up on debut. Will he have the speed to do it again?
I think you'll be able to fire forward, but winner method has drawn gate number 7, Drops of God, and gate number 10. Would you envisage, Paul, maybe Drops of God pressing on with it to try and head off winner method, or they match each other but not go too hard?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, you've got the top 2 jocks on board, haven't you, with Zach Purton and Joe Moreira. So if Drops of God does want to go and lead, then I'm sure Zach will hand up. They won't get into a speed duel, whatever happens, these two, and vice versa. I think if Zach's adamant he'll lead, then I don't think Joe will take him on. So around those two, the one that could put a little bit of pace onto it, though, is that Big Fortune out wide, because he's drawn wide. He's got the Apprentice on as well, so he might be keen to go forward, and he has gone forward in the past.
Yeah, Diamond, Brilliant, Beauty Amigo are both horses that like to race prominently as well, and they will feature there, I feel, for this assignment.
So that's the speed map, and here is one of the 2 speed options in the race, Tom, in winner method. This was under the lights, a rare under the lights down the turf last time. He was beaten and he stepped up to the 1200. Yeah,
course and distance for the first time for winner method. He was up on the speed here. Just wondered if he just ran with a choke out a little bit in the opening stages. Then by the time he got to the 400 metres, Paul, Zach was starting to get stuck into him.
He was. He did respond nicely enough. So the 1200 probably looks ideal for him now at this stage of his preparation. And he did get beaten by a smart one there in Carroll Street.
He's drawn inside winner method, of course, of Drops of God. 7 plays 10. Second replay features Fantasy. Paul, this was a horse that you didn't mind last time. He didn't have much luck in this race, but he has had those breathing issues at his last 2. Yeah,
look, he hasn't raced for a long time, this horse. This was his fresh up run. So he was he was allowed to sort of fade out towards the end of the race. But I just like the way he did stay on nicely once he got into the clear. It was a good run from him. He'll be second up now, so we'll see how he gets on in this particular contest. He meets a couple of smart ones.
He just had to snatch up late there a bit, but abnormal breathing in his last couple and a roar as well. You can deal me out of that.
OK, so a no for Tom on Fantasy. Beauty Amigo led up here. Shown on the speed map is taking a trail this week, Tom. And Tornado Twist, he's got a good draw and a good record over the course and distance too.
It's been a while since he's been able to win Tornado Twist, but he's sort of been there or thereabouts in his last few, so he is slowly coming back to form. He wasn't the quickest out last time out. I thought he stayed on well enough here. This, of course, behind Killer Bee. He's drawn gate number 1, so he should get a nice run through, Paul.
Yeah, he should get a nice enough run, shouldn't he? Look, he's been threatening for a while now, this horse, and sort of runs his 4th, 5th, like he does here as well. I've got him in a very minor loss.
That was the smart Killer Bee that beat him there with Joe Moreira in the saddle. Joe rides Drops of God, who's come up a very short-priced 1.3 favourite early in betting. We sent Mark out to track work to have a chat with Joe. Joe, you've ridden some really nice first starters this season. How did you rate Drops of God's debut against them?
Another one, very nice one. He's done it in a good way at his first run, and we couldn't ask for more than what he did. You know, he's such a professional horse.
Much harder field this week. He showed plenty of early speed on debut, but he's also been ridden back in the trials. Do you need to go forward in Class 3, or are you happy to go back if you need to?
If I need to, I'm happy to go back. He seems to be a bit versatile type of a horse, and off a lightweight, I guess he's going to be able to hit the line very strong. You know, it is a strong race. He's up in class, but I think the lightweight on his back is going to appreciate that, and we just about find out if he's up to the class. I believe he is, and I'm quite excited to be seated on his back on the weekend once again.
You won by 2 lengths on debut. Was there plenty more to give if you had have needed it?
Yes, plenty left in the tank, and we wonder why Size back him up in 2 weeks' time. You know, that means he kind of felt that the horse done what he needed to do without overdoing at his first attempt. So he's another horse that no doubt people should keep their eyes on him, because he seems quite promising.
Last week, Sky Darcy returned in the Lion Rock Trophy. Nice to see him back, and back with a win too.
Yeah, that was a tough one. The leader was the horse actually who got in front made it a bit hard for him at the finishing, but he won on his heart. He knows what his job is, and he gave his very best once again and took us to the stage. So it's such a nice position to be, having such a nice horse in hands, isn't it?
There he is, Joe Moreira. Tom, are you a Drops of God fan with the lighter weight, or Winner Method maybe to push him right to the end?
Absolutely, Drops of God. He'll win hands down. End of story.
Wow. Paul?
Yeah, look, I tend to agree with Tom there. I think those are the clear two, just the way the handicap is. It's really going to sort of help Drops of God. The only thing is second up, but look, the way the horse is going, I don't think it's going to affect them. So yeah, I'm with Tom. I think he'll win.
And as Joe said, John Sy is backing him up quickly, so he's come through that run absolutely perfectly. Drops of God on top for you, Paul, to beat Winner Method.
Yeah, I think they're the two standout. That's the real quinella of the race there, and they're well clear of anything else. I'm going to give Fantasy another chance. I know he's got those breathing problems, but he did run really nicely last time, even with them. So he's in there for third, and Tornado Twist is there or thereabouts without doing too much. But there's two standout horses here, 11 and 1.
Yeah, likewise, Quinella will forecast, but I think Drops of God will just win and win well. Winner Method can go in as well. Big fortune if he can get across without having to do too much work, and Tornado Twist, but certainly the 11 over the 1, 3 and 5.